I know this one. I'm
Our
excited.
next story is so local that it hurts.
It's
ready?
so local.
Arnold man
still
allegedly
sucks.
punctures tire on car, claiming it made sexual advances towards him.
No way.
All right, guys. As some of
I
you,
love this one.
as some of
Chris?
you may or may not know, and the world will soon know, I am from Arnold, and I find this story completely plausible. I went to high school with that guy. Before you get into the details of the story, Dan, going to high school, I was once two guys who I had a class with saw me reading a book, and then they would follow me to the bus the rest of the semester, calling me book reader. Like, you know, I hate book reader.
Oh, Jesus.
What are you
book
doing
reader.
today?
That's
You read
Book reader.
You read
That's
another book
scary.
reader? Like I was taunted
Rural.
for 6 weeks by two guys for having
reading a book.
having read a book.
That's
So
terrifying.
That's
Rural
the
Missouri
area.
is.
That's Arnold. Well, Arnold's not even rural, and now, in all fairness, it's much more suburban than I went when I went there in the 1880s,
No.
or lived there. Rather. It's
The
more developed.
1880s?
Yeah, but it's
So, Chris, coming from Arnold, are the tires often making sexual advances
they-
towards people?
are they-
tires
So
in
is
Arnold
this
are
a
very
problem?
seductive. They're not asking for it, but they're like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm down if you're down. Like often you'll be walking, in a Kmart parking lot and catch a chrome-eyed
Damn.
wink from a foot off
I
the
should
ground.
pay Arnold a visit.
Yeah, right,
Oh
Connor? I
my
know about your
God.
fetishes. Police were called to the apartment complex at about 8 p.m. March 30th because a man was holding a hammer and yelling at an unoccupied car,
Right.
a 2015 Chrysler 200.
That guy's all right.
Why is
That
it
guy's
so
all
Model
right.
of the car is
specific?
very like
Is
car's-
this an ad?
The car's
that's how you know it's
driver's
crazy.
side- The car's driver's side back tire was punctured with a screwdriver, the report says. The man also reportedly told police the owner of the car was assaulting him telepathically and trying to control his mind.
Oh my god.
The car had
that's
Illinois dealer
horrifying.
plates on it. I don't know why it
Oh,
specifies
well.
that either.
We
They
all
got
know
that
why.
legal marijuana over there. You know, that car was probably high.
The owner had not been located as of April 15th, but officers left a note on the car for the owner to call the police department.
That car clearly doesn't
Captain
have an
Rich
owner.
said.
Yeah.
It's out there on its
The
own.
suspect was transported over to the hospital where he got an evaluation. He allegedly threatened paramedics and the ambulance and the doctor at the hospital. However, the man did not physically assault anyone.
Are we sure
No.
he didn't threaten the ambulance instead of the
Ooh,
paramedics?
that's a valid point.
You listen here, you fucking ambulance. Stop trying to suck my goddamn dick.
Yeah, if he
Yeah.
had threatened the paramedics, he would probably have gone to jail, but instead he just turned his sights towards another engined vehicle and was like,
Makes sense.
What's
That's
that fucking
fucking
Buick doing?
idiotic.
You know,
Is this like a psychotic break or meth?
oh,
Or
this is
both.
both.
It's erotic.
Yeah,
Both?
this is
Yeah.
Oh,
this is
okay.
both. It's an erotic, psychotic, meth-induced.
The man allegedly told police he damaged the tire because it was making sexual advances towards him. Arnold police
Psychotically
reported.
erotic.
He was walking past and was
Fucking
going,
tires.
psst, psst. The tire was like, psst.
Hey, come here, come a little closer.
It was
Hey,
like
you
white
want your
trash.
pee-pee sucked? I'm a little tired, but I'm a little slut tired.
God.
So, being from Arnold, I could the reason they're so detailed about the year of the car, I bet, is because like whatever cop wrote it up would be like, look, if this was a fully loaded F-150, I'd get it. Okay,
I wouldn't be able to keep my hands off either.
I would. Yeah, I'd be all about it. I couldn't stop me from fucking that truck. No, sir. But a 2015 Malibu?
That was weirdly specific.
Who's aroused by a Chevy 4-cylinder? I mean, come on. This is
Oh
nonsense.
my god.
That has
Also,
half
that
the
car-
horsepower.
The idea that the car is just sitting there, back in my day in Arnold, the Arnold cops would have immediately towed you just to get your tow fee. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
as soon as a car was
Yeah.
left unattended, it would be out of there. But because a guy was caught trying to fuck this car, or because they just don't care, like this car, to Connor's point, this thing was probably involved in like a crime and abandon. Like whoever left this car
Yeah.
registered in Illinois in Arnold, is not
no
coming
one's
back
claimed
for
it. No one's
Yeah.
come forward.
I assume that
nothing.
every car I see just abandoned on the side of the road is like stolen and
Stolen.
abandoned. is
Yeah.
what I just
Oh
assume.
yeah.
We've
'cause there's
seen
so
many.
We found it wedged in an abutment. Where?
Who
That's
just
a Big
abandons
Lebowski
like
joke.
a 2016
Just for
car?
everybody.
You know what I mean? Who
Yeah,
just,
that's
like,
a pretty
leaves
new
that on
car.
the side of the road.
Yeah.
There's like a $6,000 or $7,000 Blue Book value there at least. That seems
Listen,
like
Somebody will at least pay you to
Maybe-
come get it. Like,
Yeah.
there's no
Maybe
reason to leave it.
The owner had an encounter with this creepy tire.
he ran. They
All
ran.
right, and he couldn't come back. I get it.
I'm gonna dump it far, far away,
Damn.
where it can
you have
never
a really
make sexual
anybody
advances.
again.
You ruined my marriage.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
It hadn't even occurred to me that this hussy
No one's
of a
interviewed
tire.
this tire. Yeah.
Well, speaking
That
of
would be
interviews,
that's like a great Monty Python
segue,
sketch.
actually,
I could
though.
picture like Michael Palin like leaning down to get a comment from the tire. You know, like,